Hi everybody, it's Vivek here from Meaningful Ideas. I'm in Niagara Falls on a contemplation retreat. I come here and stay at the youth hostel once a year or so and spend a couple of days just thinking about life, thinking about myself, and do a bit of a software update and a virus scan. And one of my traditions is I come to this spot here in Niagara Falls because there's like a ledge out here. And I'm going to show you the ledge. So this is the ledge I'm talking about. And as you can see, it's a straight drop down into the gorge. Now when I was in 1996, I think, I was on a similar kind of retreat. What is that, 22 years ago? And I remember then I went and sat right there, cross-legged in meditation. Every time I come to Niagara Falls, I go and visit this ledge. Because what happened was I was going through a real crisis of faith in my life, a crisis of faith about who I am, what my meaning in life was. I go through that every day, but on this particular retreat, I was having a really intense time, and in my younger days, I would do things like this. So I went and sat right on that cliff, and I was meditating, and this bee came around, started buzzing all around my head. And since I had some bad experiences with bees when I was a kid, so I was really afraid. I had this like phobia. And so I wanted to swat it away and run, but I couldn't because I was sitting on the edge of a cliff. And so I knew that if I started swatting at this bee, I was gonna fall or something. And so what I did was, I had to find this place of stillness inside of me, deeper than I had found before. In the midst of fear, in the midst of chaos. I mean, it was one bee. It's not a lot of chaos. But when you have a phobia, if you have any kind of phobia, you know what that's like. When you have a phobia, it can be chaotic, even just one bee. And I did. I managed to be very still and to be buzzed around. This is 22 years ago. I don't know if it landed on me, but it sounds good in the story that it landed on me. It probably thought about stinging me, and then it flew off and I was fine. I try and remember that story sometimes when life is really getting to me, things are really hard, and I'm hurting really bad, and I want to rush and I want to swat away at the obstacles in my life, rather than sit with them and feel into them. And as I've gotten older, I'm going to be 50 this year. As I've gotten older, I've learned to do a lot less swatting in my life and a lot more sitting with, and I find it really helps me. It really helps me to understand what's happening in my life and who I am in relation to the different obstacles that I might face. I don't even like calling them obstacles. You know, the different opportunities that come into my life, and sometimes they're more pleasant and sometimes they're less pleasant. But in all of the different scenarios, I have the option to be present with them like the bee, to find that place of stillness inside. And trust. And I could have got stung. I accepted that. I think that's what it was. I accepted that I'm going to possibly get stung, and I relaxed into that. And I didn't resist. I'm saying this because, man, I need to practice it more. Even as I'm saying it, I know I need to practice it more. I struggle a lot more in my life than I probably need to. And so it's something I'm going to keep working on. It's certainly something that I've tried to pass on to my kid, you know, both in modeling it by practicing it, not by being perfect in it, but by practicing it. Modeling, people often think that modeling means we have to be perfect at something. But if we're continuously practicing, self-evaluating, and working on things, that's an amazing model to set. And so I try and set that model because I do swat at the bee every day. But I also am practicing not. And when I am reasonably successful at sitting with, I always find that inspiration comes from something, and I manage to find my way. Sometimes it takes longer than others, but you know, that's life. So that's it. I hope that this story has some meaning for you. I would love for you to follow me on social media, which I'm still getting used to. My YouTube channel here and Facebook, and Instagram and Twitter, it's all Meaningful Ideas. And my blog is meaningfulideas.com. And that's it. I hope you're having a lovely day.